Welcome back, everybody, to yet another Mag Dump Monday live stream. Hope you all have had a great weekend. Hope you had an excellent Thanksgiving. If you didn't see my Thanksgiving video that I put out, I decided to put out something that was kind of fun, but also kind of serious too. So go check that out if you didn't see it and comment down below what you were thankful for on that video. Now, today's live stream, I'm going to have a conversation with all of you about the pardoning of Hunter Biden by his dad, aka the current president of the United States. Let's actually just go ahead and hop into that. How about it, right? Before I start getting into the comments, which I've been reading some of the chat already, and some great points are being made and everything, but I just wanted to say something about this pretty quickly. As a father, as a parent, I would do anything for my kids. Would that include pardoning them? I'll be honest. Yeah, I would do anything for my kids. Furthermore, I would also make sure that they're parented, knock on wood, in a manner that wouldn't lead to needing to pardon them from anything. I've got 2 kids of my own, so hopefully this video ages well. But all I'm saying is maybe don't raise scum. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, having been a dad, being a father of twins, my son and daughter, I would do anything for them. And I would also probably not mislead the entire American population about whether or not you would pardon your son. Additionally, I also understand that a presidential pardon is not to be utilized in any type of legal fashion as a president to use as a defense in other court cases throughout the United States, right? So, for instance, let's say one of you chose to lie on the 4473. You couldn't then, or at least your defense, your lawyer wouldn't be able then to say, well, since the president pardoned his own son for doing this exact same thing, can't we just go ahead and allow that not to be? It can be used, I guess, but a presidential pardon doesn't hold the same type of weight, right? As if it were to be a case that were set in a different jurisdiction. Take a look at Bruin. That can be used as a defense throughout the entire nation, right? So it is rather frustrating, however, because this is the epitome of rules for thee, but not for me. This is the epitome of, well, no one's above the law. Nobody's above the justice system. Oh, unless you're part of a corrupt political family. Got it. Noted. Thanks for setting the record straight. Cheers. By the way, all week long, 15% off site-wide, discount automatically applied when you check out. magdumpmerch.store. Get your beanies. The cooler weathers are upon us. So get your beanies, get your hoodies, get your bin shot glasses logoed with the CM logo, of course. And probably one of my favorite things on the site is my campfire mug. I love this mug. All right. And yes, it's microwave safe and all that stuff. I heat my coffee up all the time because usually I forget about it. And when I'm editing videos or something like that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and turn over now to the chat. Let's welcome in the comment section, the live chat. See what you guys think about Biden pardoning his son after, of course, he said he wasn't going to. And KJP said so many times, no, it's not going to happen. But here we are. Even the New York Times is saying in a headline that Democrats in Congress criticize Biden's pardon of his son. And it's like for all crimes, like the past decade and some. Like, bruh. Wow, dude. Wow. Like, I feel like my dad would be like, nah, learn your lesson. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Let's go ahead and get over to the super chats. By the way, super chats are greatly welcomed. If you guys didn't see, I did set a goal. If I get 10 super chats within the first 30 minutes of this stream, well, we're going to go live again on Friday, and I'm going to do probably the biggest merch giveaway that I've done yet. So hop to it or don't. whatever. But thank you so much for Solo Gordo for hopping in the chat and for the first super chat of the night. Pardon my super chat. Nods Fund LOL. Love you, brother. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Mike, all I can say is WTF, 11-year pardon. You know? Yeah, guys. Yeah. What are you going to do about that, right? Now, while they're distracting us with the pardon here, I want to go ahead and bring up another really good point that my buddy Jared over at Mr. Guns and Gear brought up, and that's on his Instagram, Guns and Gadgets. I'm sorry, Guns and Gadgets. Look, if you don't get them tongue-tied or confused sometimes, then you're lying. But Guns and Gadgets, he brought up a really good point. Breaking. While Biden has you distracted with a Hunter pardon, the United States will send another $725 million in new weapons to Ukraine, including counter drone systems and anti-personnel landmines. You know, if I were Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, all these other countries that, really don't like us, I would keep a close eye on the multiple fronts that we are supporting and just continue to watch our resources and our weapons just trickle away, just a little bit here, a little bit there, or a bunch in some cases, and just find an opportune moment to strike when we don't have enough weapons to even train with, so that was a thing, still is a thing. Okay. All right. To the chats. Let's do it. Another super chat from James. Thank you, James. Also, thank you, James, for being a monthly member. Yes, Friday giveaway. Hell yeah, let's do it. We've got Banshee Rider 216, also a member. Got my merch pack and love it. Thanks, Mr. Morgan. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Jake Boxer, you love free stuff. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I also saw your comment elsewhere as well. Really appreciate your support, Jake. Thank you so much, man. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and let's back up here really quick. So we've got a comment from earlier. Let's repeal the NFA for starts, the only Micah around. And I like that because these things, those and these and those and that, they shouldn't be considered a weapon unless one is actually used in a crime. Even then, it would have to be used as a blunt object, because if it were just attached to a firearm, it's not the weapon. So I agree with you, the only Mike. Appreciate it, man. Oh, man. And yeah, the 4473 is also an infringement. There you go. And yes, Daniel Perry, if he gets sentenced, if you guys aren't keeping up with the case on the United States Marine Daniel Perry, who ultimately defended himself and a bunch of other passengers on a subway by not even using a firearm, but utilizing a good chokehold. The guy that he choked out ultimately succumbed, not from what we're understanding, not from actually being choked out. Looks like this guy had all sorts of drugs and other things in his system. Imagine that. But Daniel is being tried for what? Murder? Isn't that? Yeah. Anyway, look up the entire thing. It's pretty crazy. We might get into it a little bit later, but I'm not going to make this a really long live stream. I just want to get into this conversation with you guys about the pardoning of the president's son. Live to Owl. Unfortunately, presidential pardons do not count as legal precedent. Get it? So they only apply to the specific case at hand. But this raises an interesting point. He continues on to say, Democrats' effort to legalize marijuana would be a single biggest victory for gun rights that I'll probably see in my lifetime. What are Republicans doing to move gun rights forward? And that's a really good question, because I've mentioned this multiple times now. And this is why organizations like Gun Owners of America is putting the pressure on all of these elected, or I should say appointed officials that are coming into office. And of course, all of the elected representatives that you and I have sent to office. Do not get complacent. Do not sleep on the job. And don't think you, as the constituent, your guns and your gun rights and your right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and the right to self-defense is safe just because there's Republicans in charge. That doesn't mean anything. The last time this happened, not only did we get nothing for the Second Amendment, we got a bump stock ban. So what are Republicans doing for gun rights? Good question. Make sure they hear from you and let them know that, hey, national can still carry reciprocity, constitutional carry reciprocity. That would be cool. Repealing the NFA, as the only Micah around mentioned earlier. That would be cool. How about we just abolish the ATF, right? Or completely dismantle like Brandon Herrera would eventually do. Gun Control Act, gone. Hughes Amendment, gone. Let's make the Second Amendment great again. Live2L continues to say, what does posing with a Glock with their face on it do for gun rights? What does a Christmas card with a 10-year-old holding an AR-15 do for gun rights? Good question. I don't think it does anything. Continuing, if I didn't know any better, I would think that they're using gun rights as a prop to get your votes. Do not disagree with that. I don't. Also first. Good to see you, man. Keith Decker, good to see you as well. Cheers, my man. See you at 7. Yes, here we are now. And let's see here. Nathaniel's Barbershop. What do libturds know about guns? Thought you guys use skateboards and bad breath. It's funny. Well, here's the thing, too. I don't want to go as far as, because I don't want to turn anybody off, right? From viewing this, I obviously want to encourage thought. Let's initiate a good conversation. So when you say things like libturds, you're not going to be persuading anybody to actually hear your side of things, or maybe even come to an understanding as to what is actually at risk if, let's say, they just ban the AR-15, right? Like, let's start off by saying, what do you know about your right to self-defense? Do you know that owning all of this is completely legal? Do you know that actually owning a silencer is completely legal? That owning a full auto is also legal? You just have to go through different extortion to get there. It's not a good way to segue into a productive conversation, is all I'm trying to say. So what do they know about gun rights? Firearms in general? Probably not much, but that's why we encourage them to watch these live streams. That's why we encourage them to maybe, I don't know, take a firearms class, a safety course, and learn. And that's what you all should be doing to anybody you know that might be anti-gun, gun questioning. Help educate them, but try to do it as positively and politely as possible, all right? Cool. Let's see here. Oh, man. There's quite a few coming through here, which is awesome. Love that. Or let's just continue. Or better yet, why haven't you found a woman's sport to go pick on some women since you identify as all right. Once a criminal, David A20. Once a criminal, always a criminal. He'll screw up again after December 1st, and he can still be on the hook for anything after the presidential pardon. All right. So let's dive into this, David, really quick. Thanks for the comment. Once a criminal, always a criminal. You might have a criminal background, but that doesn't mean you're still a criminal. Just like I believe felons should be able to get their gun rights back. Just because they committed a crime back in the day doesn't necessarily mean they're going to commit another crime, right? If they have paid their debt to society. Now, here's the other side to that. A lot of people will say, oh, so you believe rapists and murderers should get their gun rights back? No. I'm saying if we have determined that they have paid their debt to society and are now back in said society, they should be granted all their rights back to them. If, however, they have committed such heinous acts and such heinous crimes that we don't trust them in society with their full God-given rights, why are they in society? They should still be imprisoned or dead. Is that not a logical way of thinking? Correct me if I'm wrong, or if you have a difference of opinion. With that being said, you're saying he'll screw up again after December 1, and he can still be on the hook for anything after the presidential pardon. And you may it will be difficult to change this obviously spoiled and morally corrupt individual, never mind being a criminal. That, the person in that regard, let's see. Maybe this will be the greatest comeback we've ever seen next to Donald Trump's second election win. I mean, it's doubtful, don't get me wrong, but hey, I'll pray for him. You know, what else can you do? Hope for the best. That's that. Let's see here. Mike, can the 11-year pardon be overturned? I'm actually not sure about that. Not a lawyer. But thank you for the second super chat. Midnight's Hunter, thank you as well. Nepotism, wrong. A caring father. President Trump pardoned Manafort, Stone, Flynn, Stephen K., Bannon, Papadoulos. Most were criticized by federal agents, prosecutors who invested cases. He also pardoned my buddy, Gary Brugman, right? So I get it. Totally get it. Totally get it. And like I said, if I was a father, I'd pardon my son, my daughter. If I was a father, I am a father. If I was a president in that situation. So I get where you're coming from, but it's the manipulation and the lying to all of us since this has been going on. I will not pardon my son, or KJP saying the president will not pardon his son. It's not so much that he pardoned his son. It's the fact that they lied about it for as long as they did. Can we agree with that? Country Bear Assassin, always good to see you, man. Thank goodness a live stream is a great way to perk up my crappy Monday at work. Well, I hope it got better. I hope that now that you're here and we're all on this live stream together, it's a little bit better. Have a drink, my friend. Cheers to all of you guys. X marks the spot. Appreciate you for being a monthly member. James Bierman, again, thank you for being a monthly member. He basically loses ability to plead. I saw your correction. The fifth, if he is called to testify on the rest of the Biden crime family. Oh, there's that too. So, hey, let's see. Scott, also, I saw your support on Patreon. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And Scott is saying, pardon the 1-6 political prisoners. I agree. I agree that for every nonviolent crime, or if you want to call it that, nonviolent action that took place, they should be pardoned. Even in some cases, I believe it should actually be case by case looked into, because I know personally of a case where it was a violent action, but it was also defensive. So again, I'm not going to speak too much to that right now because it's ongoing. But I'm just saying, even the violent ones in this case, we should look at it case by case. All right. Midnight's Hunter, again, cheers. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Greg Bishop, thank you for being a monthly member. Cheers. Magged Up Monday. Love the glow in dark decal I got with the March order. Awesome, man. Appreciate that. And yeah, every order does come with a glow in the dark decal / sticker. They're high quality. They look cool. They I don't have one around me, so that's stupid. Well, they look cool, right? It's the same thing, you know, me and my plate carrier, but it just says live free down here because New Hampshire, live free or die. You know what I'm saying? Except the state went blue, but what are you going to do? But everywhere else, it pretty much went red. Nuts. Let's see here. Cool. Continuing on. James wants to let everybody know that he's here. Hello, everybody. Olive, good to see you as well. What up? And we got Jason. What's up? Speaking of SIG, have you guys seen the 226 X5 Reserve? This is the sexiest gun I own. My friend Alex Zedra, she said if Venom, you know, the Marvel character, Venom had a firearm, that would be his gun. And I'm like, I like that. Or you know what? I could also see Darth Vader using that. Totally. All right. That would be kind of cool. Okay, cool. Let's continue on over here. You'll have to tell me, David, as well, too. You're thankful you got a PTR Vent 1 ordered. I'm excited to hear about that as well. James is saying his son is not going to grow up to be an asshole. Look, his kid is 54 years old. Winchester 73, I feel you, dude. You don't outgrow being a parent. You don't outlive being a parent. Once a parent, always a parent. And I don't care how old I am or how old my kid is. That will always be my kid. And I will do everything for them. Anything, honestly. Which ultimately means I'm going to parent them as best as I can and hope for the best, that they come out to be decent assets to society, to my community, to this country, the people around them. All you can do is your best. All right, continuing on over here. Some people's kids, shaking my head. Yeah, I get it. And Traveler 1970, it's not that he pardoned him, it's that he lied that he would not. He should have just said, not sure, have not decided, we'll see, something vague. Or just ignore it. Just ignore it. It's better just to leave that one untouched than make it another lie. I mean, he ignored so many other questions. I mean, come on, just add that one to the list. Don't talk about this. All right. Probably had ice cream on his mind and just wanted to get through the interview, whatever it might be when he said it. Oh man, Pat B, what's up, man? Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well. Just other day, got 4 foot of snow when I was going to take my do-all rifle and go hunting. Did you go hunting in the snow? Should have. All right. I did a little bit of shooting out in the snow today myself. I decided to go ahead and shoot episode 1 of the bolt gun series, which should be releasing later this week once YouTube hopefully gets it a green flag. We'll see. YouTube is on their bullshit, though. So I took this guy that you see behind me. This is my Remington 700 Alpha 1 Hunter in the Wooks Furiosa Midnight Gray chassis stock system. EOTech Voodoo first focal plane 3.5 to 18 power optic. We've got Seekins Precision scope rings, just a basic simple Harris bipod up front to keep it kind of light. Disavowed Group Strix 3 silencer. Expensive setup, but I am very happy to report that I got some great hits today at the range, which you'll see later this week. And if you are a monthly member, that video will be dropping first for you. All right, so you'll be seeing soon. Steel City is wanting to make it be known that nobody is above the law. Is that right? Live Tuao, it's okay to be upset about President pardoning his friends and family, but unfortunately every president doesn't, and everyone will continue to do it. Look, if I'm the president of the United States, would I take advantage of the presidential pardon? Yep. Hey, man, how often do you get to be president? You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. Oh, well, what are you going to do? By the way, we've got 7 super chats in. We are 24 minutes in. We make it to 10. I'll do another merch giveaway come Friday. All right, so there you go. Let's see here. I know I am currently out of hats at the moment, but just stay tuned because I'm going to have some cool designs coming at you soon. And since there are no hats on the website right now at magdumpmerch.store, when I release my new hat design, I might do it during the live stream and give a discount code during that live stream. All right. So just be on the lookout for that. Okay, cool. Definitely. Oh, man. Neil wants to make it very clear, too, that nobody's above the law except crooked politicians. Pretty rough, right? Let's see here. We've got Tyler over here. Thank you for the super chat. How many key bumps has Gunner done in the last 24 hours? Don't know, man. Don't know. Pat's continuing on to say, can't stand how they want to just take all our rights or imprison us, but they can do whatever without having to face repercussions. Well, if Kash Patel becomes the next FBI director, if Brandon Herrera becomes the next ATF director, one of those is more likely than the other, but still, maybe we'll actually start to see some consequences for all of these non-law abiding folk that say they represent us. Just saying. I do believe I'm honestly pretty excited about this incoming administration. Trump 2.0. And if you guys were following during the what am I trying to say? If you were following during the election, you could tell, and I still am concerned about a Trump presidency and our Second Amendment right. I want to know, is he actually going to listen to his constituents? Is he going to listen to organizations like Gun Owners of America when it comes to our gun rights? I hope. I really do hope so. But I will say that the team that he's putting together for his cabinet, pretty impressive. You're starting to see a lot of diversity in thought in political parties. We're not seeing just a mesh of a bunch of Republicans and neocons and a bunch of establishment. We're starting to see a bunch of different things, different opinions, different minds coming together, and it looks like it might be for the benefit of our country. I'm at least excited to see what happens. All right, continuing on. Okay, here. Crunchy Taco, good to see you as well, man. Thank you for stopping by again. Matt, good to see you, Matt Morrison. Personally, I don't care about the pardon. It was expected, but the 11-year thing, I'm kind of baffled. That's a long pardon, right? Like, good Lord. Oh, man, isn't that just fun? Isn't that just fun? Let's see here on Twitch. Normal Syntax giving us a nice little wave. Thank you. Appreciate that. Normal. Continuing on over here, Olive. Yep, he trying to send huge weapons deal to Ukraine, firing it up as he's kicked out the door. Effing terrible. Tell me about that, right? Keith, why don't we just send thoughts and prayers to Ukraine? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Let's see. Rent Collector, thank you also for being a member. Good to see you, man. Biden needs to release Israel's weapons they purchased, bought and paid for, but not delivered. Interesting. Don't know much about that. Something I'll have to look up into. Let me see really here. You guys are being nice to each other. Rob is saying thank you, sir, to Rent Collector for something I'm not seeing. So I'm just going to continue on over here. But yes, Jake, Kash Patel for FBI director. I got to meet Kash personally at GOA's first annual event, Goals, the Gun Owners Advocacy and Leadership Summit out in Knoxville earlier this year, and talk about just a cool, down-to-earth, awesome, like just an American. Like this dude is a patriot, right? And hearing him on the Sean Ryan show was also really cool. The guy I really like. I like Kash Patel a lot. Like I said, having met him personally when he speaks, he's super pro-gun, and he could be our next FBI director. And for that excites me. Little things like that are definitely victories in my book. Okay. Let's see here. Gonna continue on over here. Norse Arms, good to see you. Simple Hypocrisy. That's what I'm saying, man. Okay, let's do this. Jacob Berry is wanting to know, Clint, or wanting to let me know. Clint, you know that I need to type out your entire name, then hit search to find your channel. Any other channel I'm subscribed to pops up right away. I don't know what to tell you, man. YouTube, they're fun. They're fun, right? They're just right. Yeah. By the way, really quick, looks like we did hit the 10 within 30 minutes. We're at 29 minutes and 27 seconds. We've got 11 super chats. So, yep, Friday we're going to go live again. I will announce that Cyber Week will be ending Friday at Magdump Merch, magdumpmerch.store. But I'll also be giving away, it'll probably be the biggest merch giveaway yet. So for stuff that's not even released yet, because I got to keep things fresh. So you guys keep coming back to the site because, you know, that's how marketing works. So you're definitely going to love that. All right. So that'll be a lot of fun. And I found out that StreamYard actually has this fancy little like giveaway thing that I'll figure out before Friday. It'll be a lot better than me just writing a number down on a piece of paper and showing it to the camera. Okay. That's chaotic, but fun. Oh man. So thank you guys. Brandon for ATF from Solo Gordo. Thank you for the super chat. Tanner Sitterman busting gats tonight. I have a few on the list for you. Not tonight. We'll probably save that for Friday. Friday is just going to be a party. How about that? It'll be a good time. But tonight I was going to keep relatively short. Wanted to talk about this topic some, bring it up, talk with you guys about that. And of course, let you know about the Cyber Monday, Cyber Week sale at magnummerch.store. Oh, Rob Jones, 556. Bam, bam, bam. Go to the Gundie Awards and vote. Clint, you owe me $4.30 for the super chat. Oh, is that how this works? Well, I got the 10 within 30 minutes. You were 11, so that's jacked up. By the way, Monadnock Firearms is hosting, or I should say sponsoring, one of the categories that you can vote in for most likely to survive the apocalypse. If you remember who won that category last year was the late, great Paul Harrell. Hats off to you, sir. He was definitely an inspiration for the channel, an inspiration for me, and I really hope my hair doesn't look terrible. But his teachings and instruction and lessons will go on forever. So let's see here. Internal temperature on the camera, for whatever reason, got too high, which is crazy because that is so annoying when that happens. Sorry, guys. You would think you find a high quality camera and then it would just work for you no matter what. You would think, right? Here we are, though. So there you go. But yeah, Monadnock Firearms is sponsoring Most Likely to Survive the Apocalypse for the Gundies. If you're not familiar with what the Gundies are, it's a really fun. It's like, the Dundies. It's like the firearms industry own Oscar awards. All right. Make sure I still look okay. And you get to celebrate some of your favorite manufacturers, personalities, individuals, company, whatever you want it to be. And so go vote for them at thegundies.com, Gundies. All right. And yes, I'm not really I'm not promoting it that much because I am the host for this coming year's Gundies Awards ceremony. But yes, your boy is on most dapper influencer because I've been in the tuxedo and the 3-piece and all that stuff. So some of you guys nominated me for that. That's funny. Thank you. If you feel like voting for me, go for it. But that's probably as much I'll be talking about it on the channel. So thank you guys. Cool. Continuing on. Let's see. We've got Mitzvot TV. We need to keep pushing our politicians for liberty. We need Matt Gaetz and others like him to keep our freedoms alive. Now is not the time to let off. Give me liberty or give me you know what. And you're absolutely right, Mitzvot TV. You are absolutely right. That's why I've been pushing this and saying this for so long. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Let's see here. Live2L now says he feels like he's on a work call, but this is like the best work call ever. Thank you, Sony, for making an expensive camera that overheats even when it's cold outside. It's a Sony A7 IV, in case you're wondering. Anyway, thank you all for the compliment. You did great as a host last year. Going to represent this year again, I'm sure. And this time I'll be better prepared. So I'll have a couple more jokes in my pocket, all right? If your votes count. Yes, that's kind of funny. There was a glitch that what Tanner saw, which was quickly fixed when he voted for me in the Gundies. It said, you cast a vote for Kyle Morgan, which isn't even in the same category. He's in a different category, and I just thought that was kind of funny. So I think those votes went to me. I don't know. If they didn't, just go vote again. You can vote, like every day. So there you go. Oh, man. All right. Oh, no. So you guys are saying, Jessica Sim 44, good to see you again, by the way. Really sucks when I'm trying to listen to the interesting conversation. The annoying ads get in the way. I'm surprised that this is actually monetized. So if there are ads, consider that as a virtual high five, and that YouTube, who doesn't like guns, is, well, giving a gun channel ultimately ad revenue. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate every last one of you. All right. All right, cool. Cody's wanting to know, does the voting work like last year? Each vote is an entry to a giveaway. Also, did they change how their categories work? Seems people have won before. Can't be in the same category again. Yeah, they're changing up how the voting works. They're changing up all sorts of different things. Follow the Gundies Instagram. You'll see me more. I'm sorry. But you'll see all the updates provided there. It's pretty cool stuff. Right? Cool. You're saying it's the camera battery. that's causing the overheating problem. Dude, I've got the SD card door opened up. I got the screen opened up, obviously. I wanted to make sure that everything, air is getting in there. I need to put like its own little fan on there, I guess, next. I don't freaking know, man. Cody, other than King of the Hill nominees, like you aren't in the running for influential male. Yeah. Most influential male of the year, Clint Morgan, already won that one. So I guess they're not allowing that. I'm not sure, but no, thank you guys. I appreciate it. But let's keep on over here. Try spraying cold water on it. I'm sure that would work. That's that. Let's see here. We had another super chat come in. Clint, you magnificent bastard. Happy December. Keep up the good work from Ungrateful Colonial. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are the best. And I love this no step on snake icon that you have. That's too good. And I am thinking maybe I should just get like a dedicated streaming camera and preventing this stuff from happening, because let's be real, this is bullshit. So, all right. Ooh, elite clicker. Sorry, I am a father and grandfather. I wouldn't do anything for them. To each their own. Some might consider that like hardcore parenting, tough love, if you will. But that's you, man. That's you and how you're going to parent and grandparent. Question: has it worked? Are they good kids? You know what I mean? Like, I understand wanting to do just about anything for your kids, but I'm also not going to baby them and spoil them, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to push them. I'm going to be difficult on them, sure. But I'm going to love them. So, And yeah, Nod's fund goes for a camera now. God, I hope not. Oh well, what are you going to do? Oh, goodness. Scott saying, my dad hit me up the back of my head, kept me straight. Oh, don't worry. I was raised by the belt, if you know what I mean. So I totally get that too. But at the same time, I still grew up and was still an asshole for for quite a few years of my life. And finally, it was, you kind of grow out of it or you don't, and you become like Hunter Biden. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Let's see. Roger that. Tactical. Excited to see you out there in Vegas at SHOT Show. I'm excited to see you guys as well. If you are going to be at SHOT Show, if you're going to be in Vegas during SHOT Show, which is that week of the 20th of January, which is also Inauguration Day, let me know. I'm going to try to keep most of my evenings free so I can actually network and socialize and see people and do things, because I'm also not going to be looking to stay out till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning like I've done in the past, because that sucks. And you just get over it relatively quick. Like last year, I got over it. I'm done. Oh, man. Okay, here. What does that say? JC, some people's kids learn bad things when they are older. That's very true. Redneck Dragon, I'm going to be tough on my kids, so one day I can give them Red Dawn Avenge Me speech. Let's see here. Yes, I am excited to see you out there. James, the belt I had is still hanging on my parents' wall. We also had a willow tree. I got a variety to pick through. Get that. Jessica Sim 44. I have a new game, and it's called Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and it takes place in 1990 to 1991 Gulf War, and it features a lot of my favorite guns, including the SR-25 and M240. Black Ops 6. So I haven't had time to play video games since becoming a dad. I tried it, and I couldn't. It just wasn't going to work for me since becoming a twin dad, especially. I would love to, hop back on my Xbox. No, I do not. I'm not part of the PC master race. But I would love to hop back on my Xbox, play with the boys again, and have a good time doing it. And maybe I will one day, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about Black Ops 6. So you guys will have to tell me a little bit more about it at some point. Spider Squirrel is also just excited to be here. That's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Drift Excess Tech. Rules for thee, but not for me. All of them guilty of it. System isn't rigged. It's working perfectly fine just for them. M, is Scar Heavy the only 7.62 that works? Because I heard the M110 and those had problems. Funny you should say that the Scar Heavy works. When it first came out, or at least the Scar 20, when it came out, it had some issues. But the M110 was finicky, but with modern AR-10 platforms, they are pretty freaking solid. The 308 cartridge, it's an awesome cartridge. That's why I choose, if I'm going to go kind of a heavier cartridge, that's the way I kind of go. Also, the ammo is just more affordable, and I tend to lean towards that now that I don't have an ammo sponsorship or my ammo is being provided for me. I got to buy all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm trying to go with what I have the most of. Now, with that being said, 6.5 Creedmoor that exists is awesome, and I think probably is, well, more beneficial or has better ballistics than 7.62 for most ranges, especially beyond 1,000 yards. Okay? With all that being said, the M110 did have its reliability issues back then. Today, especially if they're well lubricated, broken in, I dare say, pretty reliable, pretty awesome guns. And if you're going to shop for a 7.62, is the Scar Heavy the only 7.62 that works? Absolutely not, because this gun that you see behind me right here, if the camera focuses, because it's now on my laptop, the FAL is the perfect 7.62 gun, and you don't need anything else other than it. In semi-auto. On Twitch over here, Normal Syntax, good to see you again. Can you hire me as a temporary employee so I can go to SHOT Show? Email me your resume at magnummafia@gmail.com. Let's see here. Scott, if I'm still unemployed, I will have time for SHOT Show, but no money. If I get a job, I'll have money, but no time. Isn't that life? Yeah, that's just life, right? Gaming is definitely a time suck, but I'm not going to lie, man. Some of my closest friends I stayed in touch with, especially after I moved, through video gaming. You know, we could take an hour or two, play online together, and we'd have our headsets on and we'll just talk and update each other. And it's also just a distraction. Like it's nice to just kind of decompress and hang with the boys, but I can't do it in person, so I do it virtually. You know, so I totally get it being a time suck, but it's also good for the soul sometimes. Let's see. Spider Squirrel. My uncle made a paddle in a wood shop back in the late 70s. It still sits on my granny's fridge for all to see. It's a trophy. Oh, man. Redneck Dragon, I just like that Black Ops 6 has the Car 15 with the carry handle for once. Which, by the way, if you guys know anybody looking, I'm wanting to join the A2 gang, the carry handle gang, all right? I want to build out a Gordy clone, okay? And I just haven't pulled the trigger on anything yet. I see that TNTE Sales has some pretty cool uppers, you know, and I'm thinking about picking up one of those. Let me know what you guys think, all right? Jeffrey Brown, don't waste your money on Black Ops 6. Too many cheaters. That sucks. Jacob Bear, we have a couple of giant wooden silverware that the whole family has been beaten by for 5 generations. That's funny. Also, Solo Gordo, yes. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and it is annual tradition for me to watch that with my MP5 in hand, which is now pretty much off screen there. I can try to turn the camera back on, see how long it lasts. Let's just see here, all right? You guys work with me. Let's see if we can make some magic happen. All right. Because I want to show you guys the MP5, obviously, which, you know, I'm a huge fan of. Let's go to camera. Bam. There we go. Let's see how long this lasts before we got to switch it out again. Okay. So the MP5 you see over my left shoulder here, that's the Century Arms AP5. I kind of got it decked out with some B&T furniture. Obviously, SB Tactical brace. It is a pistol. I do have the Franklin Armory binary trigger in it. It is really fun and runs flawlessly with some 124 grain. Swamp Fox optic up top. I decided to go with that because, let's just try it out, dude. I've got a bunch of Swamp Fox stuff laying around. They've sent me a lot of optics and everything. I like the guys over there. And for a budget optic, Swamp Fox seems to be like really good. So I don't know. I haven't tried out their at great distance, their Warhorse and all that stuff. So, or like this one right here. So I'll be doing that in later videos. Never mind. But anyway, yeah, that's my AP5 MP5 clone build. Absolutely love it. It's a great gun and it runs so good. All right, so there you go. Let's see here. Roger that. Tactical. In my opinion, is a Scar 5.56 even worth it? For the longest time, I would say no. And then I suppressed one, and it was probably one of the best 5.56 suppressor hosts I've ever shot. A Scar 5.56 in 12.5 suppressed, worth it. If they make the 12.5 barrel, I don't remember, maybe the 13-inch, whatever it is that they have that they make, that totally, dude. But the base Scar 16 in 5.56 in a rifle configuration, it's just like, dude, for that price point, you could get something. You could get an LMT. You could get so many other things. For that price point, you could get yourself a decent AR, decent glass, ammo, and a course. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Oh, man. Bill. What's up, Bill? Good to see you, man. I too was once young and stupid. Now I am no longer young. Good to see you, Bill. That guy, Cardo. Jason on Classic Firearms stated most of IWI Zion's components are made by BCM. Is that true? Should I get Zion over the BCM Aero Hybrid? Okay, so I'm actually not sure about that. I will contact Jason, and maybe I can get him on the live stream one night. That'd be pretty cool. We could have a conversation about that because I love the IWI Zion. In fact, I was about to go walk over and pick mine up, but I remembered I'm streaming to YouTube, and they would quickly nix this stream. So I will be coming out with a video very, very soon about the IWI Zion and why I believe it's the best budget out-of-the-box AR-15 that you can buy. If you're to buy the BCM Aero Hybrid, I don't believe you would have an issue whatsoever. But I will say, as a complete manufactured rifle, the IWI Zion, way to go. And for that price point, it's hard to beat. It really is. So just throwing that out there. All right. There you go. Tanner, what's up, dude? And thanks for being a member, Tanner. It's always good hearing from you and seeing you, man. Having a 6mm Creedmoor and 308 is way better than having any 6.5 Creedmoor. Ooh. Those could be some fighting words to some people that spend a lot of money on a 6.5. Let's see here. Jerry Brooks, thanks for being a member, man. If you like the P365 AXG Legion, which I do a lot, have you seen the new Icarus AXG and the SXG grip module for the P365? I have not. Actually, the latest 365 upgrade thing that I have, which isn't really a SIG 365 at all, it just utilizes a 365 fire control unit, is the Shallow Tech. Look them up. SHALOTEK, Shallow Tech. I got one of those recently. I haven't put any rounds through it just yet, but I'll be doing a video on that really soon as well. I got a lot of things I got to do videos on, but I'm really excited. Look them up. Super cool gun. A part of me wants to lay it on the table and then slide it over. Could YouTube? I feel like one day I'm going to do a stream with you guys, and I'm just going to call it how far till YouTube takes the stream down. And I'm going to try to manipulate firearms without actually handling them. Is it worth losing my channel? It'd be pretty fun though, right? So I'm just saying. Let's see over here. Coming back. Midnight's Hunter, thanks for the super chat. Question follows. All right, that's one way of doing it. So I'm looking. Question follows. Okay. Buy a DDM4 VRS or a DDM4R3 V4S. Not sure it's worth the price. I am an ambidextrous shooter. Would change triggers and pistol grip. Any thoughts, please, and thank you. I love my DDM4R3. This is probably the top of the line rifle that, like, top of my line that I would be grabbing in that it's come Red Dawn situation, right? Like I said, love the gun, love the ambidextrous controls on it. I will be doing a video hopefully soon. What I'm acquiring more and more of ambidextrous guns, and I'm going to do a video comparing pretty much all of the ambi guns that I could get my hands on. And so is the DDM4R3, is it worth the price? I believe it is. The DDM4 V4S. DDM4 V4S. Boop. Let's take a look at that one and see. Is that just the OG DDM4? Are they calling it the V4S? Or is it just because it is an SBR? Is that what the S stands for, I assume? Cool gun. Okay. If I go and check out the M4R3, M4A1R3, it is a just shy of $2,500. So the V4S does not have ambidextrous controls, correct? Make sure, correct. You are an ambidextrous shooter, totally get that, as am I. But you will notice this, especially if the V4S. All right, here's my biggest selling point between these two guns. For one, the R3 does come with their new M-LOK rail. It's lighter. Additionally, I do like that the V4S is 11.5. I like that a lot. But you can get that pinned and weld, so it's 16 inches, and you can take it to a lot of different FFLs. Might know somebody where you can change out the muzzle device. They'll pin and weld, like I did on mine, a Huxworks device, so it's 16 inches overall length. You don't pay the additional $200 for a tax stamp and have to go through all that bullshit, right? So that's cool. Additionally, the biggest selling point about the R3 versus like the M4A1 base is that it has a mid-length system in it, not a carbine length system. And because of that, it is softer shooting. It's better suppressed. That's my biggest yes to the R3. Okay. Cool. All righty, over here. Let's go ahead and get just a couple more questions here. Jacob, why did I go with 308 versus 300 Win Mag for my hunting rifle? I'm trying to build my own, but would like the stopping power of 300 Win Mag. Wonder if I'm missing anything. Yeah. Price, dude. Price and what I already have a stockpile of. That's why I said I didn't go with anything else. I will one day own a 300 Win Mag. It's probably like my outside of 308, my other favorite rifle cartridge. Long action. We'll say it's my favorite long action cartridge. I love 300 Win Mag. I will definitely have it in probably like a Mark 13, something like that, because that's just like grail gun for me, right? One of them anyway. So there you go. Okay. All right, let's have this conversation. In order for it to be a Christmas movie, going back to Die Hard, there has to be a Christmas lesson, does there? But okay. And McClane doesn't learn one. It's just an action movie that takes place at a party that could be for any holiday. Is it McClane? Does it have to be the main character that learns the lesson? Because if you ask me, Hans learned a pretty clear message. Don't fuck with America. And guys with tank tops and MP5s. Don't be a terrorist. It's a pretty clear lesson, if you ask me. His wife, I think, learned a lesson. You know, I'm just saying. Jackie Barton's wanting to know what I think about the PSA Jackal. Is it worth it? I do think it's a really cool idea. I don't have enough experience with one to actually put a really solid opinion on it. Believe me, I want to have experience with one, and I think that will change relatively soon, at least once my non-compete's up, and and we'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's. Do I think the PSA Jackal is worth it? If it runs great and it's reliable, absolutely. Right? But I can't speak to that because I haven't had any experience with it on a large scale. Have I shot one? Yes. But have I, like, you know what I'm saying? So there you go. Let's see here. Ghost, good to see you. I have arrived, making sure Clint hasn't forgotten about me. I have not. Good to see you. Oh, man. Mark is saying we can definitely grow old, but not necessarily grow up. And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. All right. Okay. Lib, who watches the movie is who learns a lesson. There is that as well. Put foam hands on. That's a good way to get around YouTube's handling of a firearm policy. I doubt it though, so there you go. Oh man, that would be pretty funny though. Let's see here. Coming up. McLean teaches multiple lifelong Christmas lessons. There you go. So not only is it for the terrorists that he absolutely murks, but it's also for us viewers. And I believe how a movie makes you feel during the holidays can determine whether or not it's a Christmas movie. And that makes me feel inspired and motivated. And it makes me feel good. So yeah, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Jessica Simp, 44, 3-in-1 mag is used in the WA Walther Arms 2000 sniper rifle. Gremlins is a Christmas movie. It's got a point there. Oh, man. Also, yes, there is truth to this, Jeffrey Brown. I'm hearing that the wait time for suppressors is not as long as it used to be. Any truth to that? Depends on how you file it, your format. But yes, or if you go through a trust type of thing, right? If you file as an individual, I think it is quicker. I might have that backwards. It's quicker either way, however, because it took me to get my first 2 tax stamps. I bought my Mark 18 SBR and my first silencer, and it took me 11 months to get those back. So there you go. And also wrong. He learned the importance of family. There you go. How about that? Since that's pretty much what tonight's topic is all about. All righty here. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and close this one out here shortly. Roger that. Tacticals want to know if I own an Echelon. No, I do not. Springfield didn't think I was cool enough to send me one out, but, they thought everybody else was. So, whatever. It is what it is. But with that being said, I do like the gun. I do like the Echelon quite a bit. It was really funny when filming with Kaya, Classic, when they sent him an Echelon, that on the extended mags, he goes to insert it and the base plate just goes flying. That was hilarious. I'm so glad we got that on camera. Man, that was good. Let's see here. Oh, man. Pat B. Mulatto Dame, a 16-inch 300 blackout. You get like extra 200. I must have missed something else. Feet per second and around a couple hundred more foot-pounds of energy, and have used the Hornady 110 grain VMAX on medium git. Drops them well. Gas? And drops them well. There's no denying that a longer barrel will also increase velocity, things on like that, depending on the round. And at which point, pretty much no matter what. But what's so great about the 300 Blackout is it's a round that's just at the end of the day, it's designed to shoot suppressed. And especially if you can do that in a shorter package, all the better. And you get full powder burn at like 9 inches. So everything after that is just a added benefit for barrel length when it comes to velocity and whatnot. But compact shorties, suppressed, like my Sig Rattler over here, like the Honey Badger SD, like the LWRCI that you see right here. That sounds fun, man. I probably will never own a rifle length 300 Blackout. Probably. So there you go. All righty here. Guys, I got one more super chat that came in that I want to get to from Tanner, and then I'm going to hop off tonight. Justin is wanting to let us know. Justin, good to see you, man. Thanks for commenting, and thank you for the super chat, bro. I love my jackal. You can shoot mine whenever you want, my man. Also, my one of my two echelons, you can as well. I'm getting one of those new modules. Sweet. So look at that. I don't know if you want me running your jackal. I have a tendency to break things. A lot of the guns I own, I've broken something on at some point. But also a lot of the ones I own, I haven't broken yet. Probably why I own them. I'm going to break one of these guns one day. Which one's going to be? Which one of you is going to suck? We'll find out. None of y'all are safe. Just throw that out there. Except one. This one right down here. The OG Henry. Oh, that gun I'm going to cherish. That's the 1860. I'm going to do a video on that gun alone. I might do that one this week. Put it out next week or something. Just talking a little bit about the history of Henry. That gun is beautiful. It's 45 Colt. It is so cool. So, all right. Anyway, but yeah, I'd love to actually run the jackal a little bit and see how it shoots, fill it, all that type of stuff. All right, cool. One more super chat came in. Really greatly appreciate all the super chat, guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, YouTube, I don't make a shit ton of money off of YouTube, and I still want to put out these videos. I still want to have it's fun, right? And I love interacting with you guys. The live streams are what I enjoy the most because it's like a conversation with friends most of the time. Solo Gordo, I plan on doing a ghillie suit redemption vid after Christmas since I got roasted for my vid. Brandon Corell. That's okay. So that's who Solo Gordo is. That's hilarious, and I look forward to it. Also, let me know when you want to sell your M1A. Great. With that, everybody, thank you guys so much. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Comment anything down below after the video is published. I'll go back and read some of these comments. And again, I just want to thank you all for being here, for tuning in. Don't forget 15% off site-wide magdumpmerch.store on everything that you could possibly ever want that's got, pretty much supporting me in the channel. So that includes, again, these and that and this and that and, all sorts of fun stuff. So God bless you guys. Thank you much. And I'll see you on the next one. Oh, man, you guys are too good.